Hey everyone, welcome to another Daily Gym. Today is Tuesday, November 26th. I recorded a few last week and forgot to upload them, forgot yesterday, so you may think I just fell off the face of the earth. Probably not, because I've done this a few times before. But today what I want to talk about is the more love I give to people, the more I believe people will give love to me. What do I mean by this? Earlier today, I was on a Capital FM radio station here in Nairobi, Kenya, which is one of the largest national radio stations, I believe, or at least Nairobi radio stations. And I was on the show called The Fuse, which is one of the most popular shows. And the host, Anne Waura, was very kind to interview me, talk to me about emotional combat, talk to me about how I got to the point where I am, why I'm working on this stuff, talking about Kenya, femicide, romantic rejection, all sorts of stuff. If you want to listen, it's on SoundCloud. You just search maybe my name, Capital FM, or go to Capital FM. You can find it there. But overall, I'm thinking a lot today about what is my role? Is my role to train people in how to love, or is my role to give love to people? And talked with another good friend of mine, and I think as I've thought about going out there, being more public, but really trying to give love in a more scalable way. How can I be on a radio show where, as of now at least, there were almost 300 listens on the SoundCloud app? Who knows how many people listened to the radio station this morning? So how can I spread that message of love and conflict and give the love to people? And as I think about it more and more, I get excited. Oh, I can go on this show. I can go on that show. I could do TikToks. I could do YouTubes. There's so many ways for me to touch people emotionally in a loving way. And what holds me back often is going, hey, but if I can't pay rent, this is going to be trouble. And so it's constantly me falling back on this. Well, if I'm giving all this love to others, who's giving me the financial love? And people will say, well, just go get a job or just go exchange your time for money. And maybe there's some love in doing that, but love can often be the free giving, the no strings attached giving to another. And so when I'm out there giving emotional love, I'm not saying, well, I'm going to say this to you only if you give me this in return. No, I'm going to say this to you because I receive the joy and the connection and the unity in sharing it with you. I don't know. And so I hold back on taking this really big. I hold back on increasing the surface area with which I interact with people, the number of people with whom I interact, often out of this fear of, well, people aren't going to give love back to me, and especially financial love, and I'm going to be stuck. I won't be able to pay rent. I won't be able to order food or cook food. I won't be able to go out occasionally with friends. Again, people will say, well, just go get a job and just trade it. But the question I ask myself is, if we look at society and we think that there is a lack of leaders who are out there spreading love for as many people, as many groups as possible, why don't we want to support these leaders in doing it? Why must we trade our money for a service or a specific service? Why can't the vague service of going out there and spreading the love be worthy enough in a way? I don't know. I theoretically believe that the more love I give to others, the more love others will give to me. And then there's that hesitation of, but when it comes to money, do people want to give that without restrictions? Hey, unless, maybe it's just for family members, maybe it's just for children. Maybe we have it so deeply ingrained that we don't just give to others when it comes to financial love. So I get really stuck and I go, but if we don't support leaders like this, if we don't support people who want to get out there and spread messages of, like, for example, romantic rejection and showing love not only for the men, but also for the women. and realizing both sides are struggling, both sides are going through an immense amount of conflict, both sides have probably been taught since they were kids that the other side doesn't care about them, that men just want to use women for sex, and that women just want to use men for money. And how do we support leaders, frankly, like myself, trying to be out there saying, no, that's not the case. Both sides care about each other. Men care about women, women care about men. Often more than we want to. Yeah, I don't know. I think I can ramble on and on about these things. And like, I'm excited to start to do more YouTubes, more TikToks, more visual video, to try to make things more scalable, not for scalability's sake, but really to touch more people. So that people, when they're listening to podcasts or listening to TikToks, they're saying, here's this red flag about this toxic individual, blah, 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 blah. I come on and say, I don't believe in red flags. I don't believe in toxic individuals. I believe that they're human beings who are struggling and they have behaviors that may not resonate with you. And even then, it's often because you don't dig deep enough to see what's really going on in their life, or dig deep enough to see what's really going on in your life and why it bothers you so much. Who's saying that? Maybe some therapists. Who believes it? Who demonstrates it? So, I don't know. Like, it's that torn. Like, I feel such a strong conviction to lead by example, to go out there and show love and like get into fights, but fight for each other, fight for the other person, fight for both sides. And then I go, but how am I going to pay rent? And so I just wonder how many individuals there are in the world who have such conviction, who have such an open heart towards more, or at least trying to have an even more open heart towards all sides, yet don't have the financing, so they can't do it. I coughed. I almost coughed on the radio earlier. So, yeah, I'm really looking, and it feels bad. Oh, you're out here begging. No, I'm looking for people who believe that I can be that leader, that I can go out there and I can show love to so many people, that I can show the strength to love so many people, and want to support me. Yes, emotionally, yes, intellectually, yes, with networking, but also with finances, because I need finances to make this work. There are so many people out there who have financial power, who are able to spend all their time talking and shouting and telling, frankly, the world often that the world is falling apart and nobody cares about us. And I want to counteract that message. I want to get out there and I'll fight for this love. I want to fight for both sides, for all sides, for every single individual, for every single group, and show that we're trying our best. We care about each other, whether we want to or not. It's in our DNA. It's in our blood. It's in our hearts. Even if culture is trying to kick it out of it, it's still there. And I think we need people out there fighting for this message. And if we just expect that these people are going to have, some job during the day and then do this on the side or on the weekends, then this message is not going to spread that much. Because there are a lot of people who have a lot of money, who have a lot of time, who are often spreading the other message. And this is not to demonize those people. It's to say that these people are in different situations in life, and these people have different emotional conflicts that are leading them to say these messages. But what if we could support people who are saying different messages? What if we could support people who are in different emotional states, who have different beliefs, who have different skills, who can get out there and demonstrate these skills and try to bring people together, and to try to counteract some of the messaging that's out there, to counteract some of the emotions that are out there, and really just kind of disrupt the space. So when I'm talking about like, oh, I like some financial power. No, I want some financial power. When I say financial love, I mean financial power. I want some power so I can have the confidence to go out there, so I can not just pay rent, but so that I can go to different organizations, so I can go on different platforms, like traveling to the radio station this morning. So I could travel the 1 hour to the radio station this morning so I could be on the show, or maybe travel to go on to a TV show, or to travel to go on a podcast, or to be able to afford to have the power to go into these media spaces, to go into these in-person spaces and try to counteract, to try to fight for a message of love, and fighting against this message of hate and this message of indifference, fighting for love, not fighting for peace, but fighting for love. And I believe in this stuff so much. It's been 12 years and I'm fighting harder even before, harder now than I think I did even before. And I don't see a reason for giving up. So if you can, please reach out to me. Like I said, I need a lot of support. I need a lot of love. I want more power financially, in terms of network, in terms of other things, just so that we can really push this message. We could start loving people, giving a lot more love to people, and having people learn how to receive that love and trust that love and embrace that love. So please reach out to me. My email is hello@jimkleiber.com, or you can find me on Instagram at HeyJimKleiber. You can find me on so many different platforms. It's either Hey Jim Kleiber or it's just Jim Kleiber on these platforms. So please reach out. I'd love to talk to you. And let's do this.